I'm happy and I give consent for Blueprint Arts to use this video for their promotional purposes and website advertising.
Thank you.
Look, this is the microphone, so you need to be close. Go. Ready? Go.
Hello, my name is Joshua.
My name is Tola. I was born in London, United Kingdom, and the year of birth is 1988.
What about the Joshua?
I was born in London, 1st of February.
My parents, my mother and father, were both born in Nigeria. They're Nigerian by birth. I was born in the United Kingdom, so I'm Nigerian and British by nationality. My parents were born in a town called Ile-Ife, and I don't know where that is regionally, but it's part of the Yoruba tribe. So they're Yoruba, and they speak Yoruba language. Small. It's a popular town, but it's quite small. And it's not as big as the Lagos, which is a very well-known city in Nigeria. But it's a nice, popular university town. So a lot of students that come for studying, they do go to that town. So yeah, nice. Have you been there before?
Yeah.
Yeah. What you liked about when you went to Nigeria? What was different from you? What was your first-hand experience?
Great.
Okay. Great grandpa. Do you remember how old he was?
9.
I think 94. He's 96 now. So when you went, he would have been 96. Yeah. What about when you got to the country? What was it like? What was the weather like? Was it cold or really hot or just a little hot? Okay. What about the food? Was the food like? What kind of food did you? And turkey. Yeah.
Amazing.
So do you remember what it was? It was no. It was. Yeah. Do you remember? The type of drum. Yeah, it's a traditional drum, and it's called iron because our family name means drummer. So our grandfather's surname, it means like a drum. It translates to drum. So because every time children come home to Nigeria, my grandfather gives all of his grandchildren and great grandchildren, he gives them a drum. So Joshua got a little drum. So that's his piece of memory of his grandfather, or his great grandfather that he met for the first time. Well done, Bubs. So yeah, so this is his first gift from his grandfather, his great grandfather, when he went to Nigeria for the first time. So this is the iron drum. An iron means drum. So I think that's the tribe we're from. The drum is there. But a lot of rhythm and dancing. I just think it's just the fact that we are drummers. So the tribe that we're from, we are drummers. So that just means that we're jovial people, we're people that love to dance and to celebrate. But in terms of the spiritual aspect, I wouldn't know. It's a very hollow kind of drum, so even the sound is quite deep. It's not like a loud clashy. It's very. See? You remember? What's it called?
The talking drum.
Well done. Why is it called the talking drum?
Because in an old African, one person got this drum for his birthday, but he didn't think it was a drum. Then all of the voices of his tribe were stolen by this grumpy man, so they had to go and restore it, and the drum led him to restore all of the voices.
Well done.
So we participated with Chef Becky from Jack on the Hill, I believe, and it was a lot of fun. Do you remember what we made?
Rice and beans with chicken.
Yeah, we made rice and beans, and it was a particular kind of chicken. It was we made honey suya chicken. And yeah, so in Nigeria, there's this kind of meat that's very popular. It's called suya. So you can get chicken, you can get beef, but it's basically a powder that is then put onto the meat. It's a spicy powder, but we made it from scratch. Can you remember what ingredients we made with the suya? What was the main one that you guys? No, that was for the dessert. Peanut. Okay, you must have missed that bit. So yeah, so we made the suya powder, and we did some blending of some peanuts and then some spices and herbs, and then we put some chili. So we didn't have it too hot because of tolerance levels, but that is usually what the meat has. It's like a really hot spice. And then they usually do it on the in Nigeria. They would do it on like a street side. So they'll grill up some meat, some onions, and then they'll cut the meat and then put the suya powder on it. So yeah, we made like a variation of that with the suya powder, and we had some nice chicken thighs that we put in the oven. Powder. Dessert.
It was plantain ice cream.
Okay. So what ingredients can you remember that you guys used to make?
We used dates, coconut milk, and we scraped vanilla pods and added it. And we each took turns to blend it
You got the blending?
into smaller pieces.
And then did you cook the plantain or
Yeah,
put it in the oven and then let it caramelize and then blend it? There you go. You're blending it. So yeah, that was what we made. Plantain ice cream.
I like original Magnum.
Oh, with milk chocolate?
Yes.
Or with nuts?
No, I like the nuts one.
You like the nuts?
Yeah, he doesn't. So every time I have to buy separate ones.
Okay.
He likes the original, I like the nuts, and we don't like the other one, so we can't share. You know, I something that I really like. There's one that is colorful, and when you no, it's not an ice one, it's an ice cream. It's the crunchy, and it's got bits. And when you eat it, it's like sparkles in your mouth.
Oh, yeah. It's so funny.
It's there. That one is really nice. That was a nice experience. This is ongoing. Nigerians did not create jollof. It actually originates from Senegal. Funny enough, my friend told me that it means orange rice. So that's what jollof, I don't know, in Wolof translates to. But it's kind of made its way across different parts of West Africa because then Nigerians, Ghanaians, Ivorians, they all have like a different variation of jollof. And yeah, different people put different things in. So we didn't want to do jollof rice because I know it's a very popular, common Nigerian. And then there's also fried rice, which um, Nigerians have a traditional staple. Ghanaians also have a staple. Um, Even Chinese and different parts of Asia have their own kind of fried rice. So we didn't want to do jollof or fried rice. So we decided to kind of like a fusion. So we did the chicken that was representing Nigerian suya, and then we did like a rice and peas that was kind of on the Caribbean side, which was quite nice. Yeah, and it's very simple. It's very simple to make the rice and peas, and it was really nice. I quite enjoyed it. So I'm happy that I got to learn something different because yeah, we have jollof, we have fried rice. So it was nice to learn a different kind of rice that we don't normally cook, but now we've got that recipe in the bag if we need to pull it out. Oh, you want to go first?
No.
Do you help mom cook?
Yes, he does.
Amazing.
Yes.
Okay.
So my favorite dish to cook is basa fish. Um, I think I cook a mixture of dishes. I don't cook as much traditional Nigerian dishes as I would like. So I kind of do a lot of European dishes. But my favorite dish to make is basa, which is a type of fish that we put in a coconut sauce. We have that with white rice, but that is something that's very, prominent in many African homes. Rice is a staple meal. So basa is one of my favorite things to make, and now Joshua makes that. So he does a lot of the cutting up of the aromats. Do you remember what the aromats are that we start with?
Onion, ginger, and
Yeah, yeah. So those are the three aromats that Joshua will cut up, and he will fry that for a bit, and then we season it. What do you we season it with?
That's interesting about
salt,
chicken.
pepper,
Yeah, the basa and then the sauce.
paprika,
Yep,
pepper,
yep.
and jumbo.
Jumbo. So very simple seasoning, and then we cook that in coconut milk, and then we let that simmer for about 10-15 minutes, and then we put the last um garnish that we put
Coriander.
coriander, and then that's it. Simple basa. So that's one of my favorite dishes to cook that Joshua helps me with. What about you? What's one of your
That's also my favorite.
So it's a nice recipe that my friend told us about. And it's just, yeah, it's so easy to make, so quick, so nutritious, and it's just fun. And we love it. And then if you want to make it spicy, you can put like a Scotch bonnet in. When you put the aromats, you can put a Scotch bonnet in as well. And then that can just add to the heat. Um, so yeah. Any other favorite dishes you have?
Pasta and mint.
Pasta and mint, yeah. So we've got a bit of Italian. I think Josh's favorite cuisine is Italian. I guess his favorite foods are actually pasta, pizza, and lasagna. So I think he's got some Italian roots. What do you like that's spicy?
Spicy
Oh,
and rice and stew.
okay. Yeah, rice and stew is another traditional Nigerian dish. And we usually have that with meats. What kind of meat do we usually have?
Yaki, goat meat, and beef.
Yeah. So shaki is the Nigerian name for it, but I think that translates to tripe. So that's like cow intestine. So yeah, we have that part as well as the beef shoulder, and then goat meat as well. So yeah, we have that in a stew, like a tomato-based stew, and that is another staple Nigerian dish. And what do we usually have on the side with that?
Cucumber.
And the rice and stew.
Plantain.
Yeah. Yeah. I always say, Joshua, do you want plantain? He say yes. So we'll fry some plantain as well.
I've had yam and egg before.
I'm not very experimental when it comes to food. There is something that we eat in Nigeria, snails, that people really like. It's like a big delicacy. I'm not a fan of it, but I have tried it. I didn't like it, but I think that was probably the most unusual thing that I have tried. So, staple spices for most things that we're cooking are usually ginger, garlic powder, or onion powder. Those are usually the bases. If I'm seasoning chicken or meat, it's usually, again, garlic, ginger, onion, and thyme. Thyme is our favorite um, herb that we use. And then when we're doing a lot of like stews or rice, we do things like Maggi, jumbo, or Nor. So these are kind of our aromat spices. Curry powder for stews, that's always a staple as well. And then salt and pepper, good old salt and pepper. Yes, we are.